panel really is about capturing what's happening on the ground, both locally and nationally, to transform public services around the individual in order to achieve more efficient public services. Derek and I are joint chairing this committee, and our role will be really to get at good practice on the ground, identify that good practice, but also the barriers that stop things going faster, the barriers that stop that integration, and make practical recommendations based on evidence of what works to government and to local government to help move this agenda forward.
So it's important, I think, although Pat and I are probably best known for our recent work in local government, to understand that we've got a panel that knows about all parts of local public services, and actually some people who are capable of critical challenge because their perspective is different, it comes from the commercial sector or their experience as citizens. So we'll be looking to see how all those local agencies that contribute to the welfare of local communities and economic growth of local communities can work together. And that may be convened by local government, but it may be actually parts of those local public services working together outside of local government. We're interested in all of that activity at a local level.
And I think one of the things that we were very keen to ensure was that in taking on this role of co-chairing, that Derek and I didn't produce a report that was just going to sit on the shelf. We're very keen that the work we do in quite a concentrated way over the summer will lead to some real practical recommendations that are recommendations for government around how we might remove barriers. This will be a challenging report, but it will be a practical report focused on what works and ensuring we share best practice about what works, but also I think ensuring that we just kind of understand what are the ingredients of why things are working on the ground and how do we promote that across the public sector.
And we're going to get out and about. We're going to have a call for submissions of evidence, so if you've got a good story to tell, we want to hear about it, but we are going to come out and have some conversations to make sure that we satisfy ourselves that the suggested changes are real. We want to hear from frontline staff and, where practical, from members of the public who are experiencing those changes, so that we get a real sense that where actually demonstrable beneficial change is being asserted, then it's working, it's thought through, and actually we can then commend that to other people and saying this seems to be a really good model that you ought to be thinking about too.
And really what we're doing today and what we're launching through this discussion is a call for evidence. So in order to be able to get out and about, we need to understand what's going on the ground. So talk to us about the work you're doing. Really help us get under the skin of what's happening in different places and the sort of service redesign that different places are involved in, so that we can then ensure that the panel and ourselves get a chance to go out and look at what's happening, so that the report is grounded in practice in places. So today's call is really to start to bring forward that evidence, but we don't want kind of award type submissions. We're looking for understanding what would help you go further and faster on the ground, so that when the report comes out it helps and you know is of a real practical benefit to service transformation.
And we know that ministers are up for hearing some messages back from the sector through the panel about what government needs to do differently to enable change to go further and faster. So this is genuinely a two-way conversation between those who are trying to deliver services in these changed circumstances and government, who's got some things that they can do which will make life a little bit easier.
And I think it's worth stressing this is an independent panel, so we come with an open mind to this work.
The most important contributions come from you. We hope you'll get involved. We hope that you and your partners will reflect on the progress you've made and want to share that. We hope we'll get out to visit as many people as we can, and then we hope we can find some useful distillation of what's working, what's not working. If you're facing difficulties, we want to understand those better, and certainly some messages back to government about what they can do to make that progress easier, faster, and more benefit to local people where you live. Thanks.
Thank you.